Welcome all. In today's presentation, we are going to see about the detailed syllabus topic on design of pre-stressed concrete structures. Subject code is CE 8011. Unit 1, Introduction, Theory and Behavior. Unit 1 contains the basic concepts, advantages, materials required, system and methods of pre-stressing, analysis of sections, stress concept, strength concept, load balancing concept, effect of load on the tensile stresses in tendons, effect of tendon profile on deflections, factor influencing deflection, calculation of deflection, short term and long term. These are the Unit 1 topics. Basic concept. A pre-stressed concrete structure is different from the conventional concrete structure due to the application of the initial load on the structure prior to its use. What is the initial load? The initial load means pre-stress. The initial load or the pre-stress is applied to enable the structure to counteract the stresses arising during the service period. This is called as a pre-stress. Pre-stressing means an international application of the predetermined forces on a system for resisting the internal stresses that may be developed in a system due to the external loads. This is a pre-stressing. Development of pre-stressed concrete. The basic principle of pre-stressing was applied to the construction perhaps centuries ago when ropes or the metal bands were wound around the wooden staves to form a barrels. We all heard about the barrels and seen the barrels. It is the wooden barrel. The image shows the wooden barrel. Firstly, the principle of pre-stressing is applied to the barrel construction. On the barrel construction, wooden staves are surrounded with the metal bands. So there is a compressive pre-stress also produced and tensile pre-stressing also produced. It is the typical example for the principle of pre-stressing. In that wooden barrel construction, the metal bands were tightened. They were under the tensile pre-stress, which in turn will create the compressive pre-stress between the staves, wooden staves, to enable them to resist the hoop tension produced by the internal liquid. In other words, the bands and the staves were both pre-stressed before they were subjected to any service load. This is the main principle. The following events were significant in the development of pre-stressing concrete. In 1886, P.H. Jackson introduced the concept of tightening the steel tie rods in artificial stone and concrete arches. See the image. Steel tie rods in arches. These are the peoples who were developed the pre-stressing concept. In 1888, Doring. In 1908, Strainer. In 1925, Dill used a high-strength unbonded steel rods. The rods were tensioned and anchored after hardening of the concrete. In 1926, Eugene used the high-tensile steel wires with the ultimate strength. He is known as the father of pre-stressing. Pre-stressed concrete was started to be used in the building frames, parking structures, stadiums, railway sleepers, transmission line poles, and other type of structures and elements. In India, the applications of the pre-stressed concrete diverged over the years. The first pre-stressed concrete bridge was built in 1948 under the Assam Rail Link project. Among bridges, the Pamban Road Bridge at Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu, remains the classic example of the use of pre-stressed concrete girders. The image shows the Pamban Road Bridge at Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. We all seen this bridge. It is the perfect example for the pre-stressed concrete bridges in India. Some definitions in pre-stressing: wires, strands, tendons. These are the steel elements used in pre-stressing. Wires. Pre-stressing wire is a single unit made of steel. Strands. 2, 3 or 7 wires are wound together to form a pre-stressing strand. Tendon. A group of strands or wires were wound to form a pre-stressing tendon. Cable. A group of tendons form a pre-stressing cable. Bars. A tendon can be made up of a single steel bar. The diameter of the bar is much larger than that of the wire. Nature of the steel concrete interface. Bonded tendon. What is bonded tendon? When there is an adequate bond between the pre-stressing tendon and concrete, it is called as a bonded tendon. There will be the great bond between the tendons and concrete. It is called as a bonded tendon. Pre-tangent and grouted post-tangent tendons are bonded tendons. What is unbonded tendon? When there is no bond between the pre-stressing tendon and concrete, then it is called as the unbonded tendon. When a grout is not applied after the post-tensioning, the tendon is called unbonded tendon. Stages of loading. The analysis of pre-stressed members can be different for the different stages of loading. The main stages of loadings are initial, intermediate and final. These are the 3 main stages of loading. First one is initial. It can be subdivided into 2 stages: during tensioning of steel and at the transfer of pre-stressed concrete. The initial stage is further subdivided into 2 categories. First one is during tensioning of steel. Second one is at the transfer of pre-stressed concrete. Second stage is the intermediate stage, which means it includes the loads during the transportation of the pre-stressed member. Third stage is a final stage. It can be subdivided into 2 stages. First one is at service, which means during operation, and the second one is at ultimate, which means during the extreme events. Advantages of pre-stressing. The pre-stressing of concrete has several advantages as compared to the traditional reinforced concrete without pre-stressing. Fully pre-stressed concrete member is usually subjected to compression during service life. This reflects several deficiencies of concrete. When the section remains uncracked under the service load, then there is a reduction of steel corrosion, increase in durability, full section is utilized, higher moment of inertia, and also less deformations, increase in shear capacity, suitable for use in pressure vessels, liquid retaining structures, improve the performance under the dynamic fatigue loading. High span to depth ratios. Larger span depth ratios is possible only with pre-stressing. Typical values of span to depth ratios in slabs are given below. For non-pre-stressed slab, the ratio is 28:1. For pre-stressed slab, the ratio is 45:1. For same span, less depth compared to RC member, reduction in self-weight, more aesthetic appeal due to slender sections, more economical sections. The advantages of precast construction are as follows: rapid construction, better quality control, reduced maintenance, suitable for repetitive construction, multiple use of formwork, reduction of formwork, availability of standard shapes. The following image shows the common types of precast section. First one is T section, double T section, hollow core section, piles, L section, inverted T section, I girder sections. These are the typical precast members. Limitations of pre-stressing. Although the pre-stressing has advantages, some aspects need to be carefully addressed. Pre-stressing needs skilled technology, hence it is not as common as reinforced concrete. The use of the high strength material is very costly. There is additional cost in the auxiliary equipments. There is need for quality control and inspection. Types of pre-stressing. First, we'll see about the sources of pre-stressing forces. This classification is based on the method by which the pre-stressing forces is generated. There are four sources of pre-stressing forces: mechanical, hydraulic, electrical, and chemical. Hydraulic pre-stressing. This is the simplest type of pre-stressing, producing the large pre-stressing forces. The hydraulic jack used for the tensioning of the tendon comprises of calibrated pressure gauges which directly indicate the magnitude of force developed during tensioning. Mechanical pre-stressing. In this type of pre-stressing, the device includes the weights with or without the lever transmission, geared transmission, in conjunction with the pulley blocks, screw jacks, with or without the gear drives, and wire winding machines. This type of pre-stressing is adopted for the mass scale production. Electrical pre-stressing. In this type of pre-stressing, the steel wires are electrically heated and anchored before placing the concrete in the molds. This type of pre-stressing is also known as a thermoelectric pre-stressing. Chemical pre-stressing. In the chemical method, expanding cements are used and the degree of expansion is controlled by varying the curing conditions. Since the expansive action of the cement while setting is restrained, it includes the tensile forces in tendons and compressive stresses in concrete. External or the internal pre-stressing. This classification is based on the location of the pre-stressing tendon with respect to the concrete section. Pre-tensioning or post-tensioning. This is the most important classification and it's based on the sequence of casting the concrete and applying the tension to the tendons. Pre-tensioning. A method of pre-stressing concrete in which the tendons are tensioned before the concrete is placed. It is called pre-tensioning. In this method, the pre-stress is imparted to the concrete by the bond between the steel and the concrete. Post-tensioning, a method of pre-stressing concrete by tensioning the tendons against the hardened concrete. In this method, pre-stress is imparted to the concrete by bearing. These are the various types of pre-stressing: linear or circular pre-stressing. This classification is based on the shape of the member pre-stressed. Full, limited or partial pre-stressing based on the amount of pre-stressing force. Three types of pre-stressing are defined: uniaxial, biaxial or multi-axial pre-stressing. As the name suggests, the classification based on the direction of the pre-stressing member. External or internal pre-stressing. First one is external pre-stressing. It is a pre-stressing achieved by the elements located outside the concrete. It is called external pre-stressing. The tendons can lie outside the members or inside the hollow space of the box girder. This technique is adapted in the bridges and strengthening of building. It is the image of box girder bridge is pre-stressed with the tendons that lie outside the concrete. Internal pre-stressing. When the pre-stressing is achieved by the elements located inside the concrete member is called as the internal pre-stressing. Most of the applications of pre-stressing are internal pre-stressing. It is the image shows the internal pre-stressing. I hope you all understand the session. We will move on to the next topic on the further sessions. Thank you all.